Hi, my name is Charlotte. I'm a recent graduate from the Technical University in Berlin, where I studied a master's in environmental planning. I'm originally from the UK and I studied my undergraduate degree in geography at University College London. After an exchange year in Berlin in 2016, I fell in love with the city for many different reasons, including its varied and iconic architecture, and I've been here ever since. I'm currently working in the field of sustainable urban transport, but my main research interest and experience is in the field of urban design and mental health and well-being. So despite not actively working in design myself, I've always had an appreciation for functional and egalitarian urban design, which ensures comfortable and practical living spaces for the entire urban community. Berlin is a great city or a great place to explore examples of this, such as the Hansa Quarter and Le Corbusier's Unité de Habitation. I also place a lot of importance on urban design that promotes health and well-being, so basically a design philosophy that creates spaces for supporting positive mental health and physical health. For example, prioritising the inclusion of green and natural elements. So for this competition, the topic was ruins, and I think it's a particularly interesting topic because it's not often interpreted in relation to modern architecture, rather invoking images of crumbling colosseums and relics from ancient history. In every city, buildings can be found which may now be seen as ugly or outdated eyesores, but in their heyday, in, for example, the 1960s or the 1970s, they may have reflected utopian and aspirational design philosophies that didn't stand the test of time. Examples of this can also be seen in the UK, where post-war residential architecture fell into disrepair and became under-maintained, often leading to demolition. And Tokyo's Nakagin Tower, which is captured in the photograph that I submitted for this competition, shares a lot of the same fate. So I've always been a fan of its aesthetics, and being able to visit Tokyo and photograph the tower in early 2020, it became a source of inspiration to question how even modern urban design can become derelict and forgotten. So I think my first introduction to architecture was when I was still quite young. I have a German background, and I think through that I was introduced at a very young age to both the arts, architecture and design of the Bauhaus, and that became something that I was always drawn to. So I think architecture, both kind of aesthetically and as a concept, has always been something that I've been interested in. And architecture itself, what does it mean to me? I think architecture, maybe it's a cliche, but architecture is life. It's the walls that surround us, the structures that give us shelter, and where we spend our everyday life, whether it's a school, a shopping mall, a hospital. So for me, architecture is an everyday need, it's an everyday right and an everyday practice, although I have appreciation for very modern, very iconic, very aspirational architecture. I think it's important to integrate good architectural philosophies into everyday life to make comfortable and practical and also beautiful living spaces.